Welcome back to Musicians Edition. Today we are back in Essential Elements and we are looking at the flam page, which is going to be around page 8A and 8B. Okay, so there's kind of a discussion of flams at the top of the page, and that's helpful to look through and read through. What I want to start today with is just kind of talking about what a flam is and how to execute it, and then we'll see how we can apply that to the music, okay? So all a flam is going to tell us to do is to play one note that is what we call a primary note, right, or like a big note, and then at the same time we're going to play a little note, right? You can see the way it's written on a page, it's a little bitty note written right before a big note, okay? And that's kind of exactly what it's going to sound like. A tiny little note that's going to happen just right before the big note. The way we're going to think about it is that we're playing both of them at the same time, and so it's kind of one event, all right? So the way we execute this is we take one hand, hold it up at a normal height, right? We're going to play one normal single stroke with that, and we're going to take our other hand, and we're going to place it just about an inch or two off of the surface, and then we're just going to drop both of our hands at the same time, and because this one's already closer to the drum, it's going to play slightly before this one. So it looks like this. Okay, so what I'm thinking about is both of my hands coming down at the same time. Again, because this one is closer to the surface already, it's gonna get there before this one. Okay, so that's the idea about what a flam is, right? When you see the sticking written in these pieces here, you'll notice that there's a big letter and a small letter, right? The small letter L represents our left hand, right? And the big letter R represents our right hand, right? And that's what we call a right hand flam, okay? When the left hand plays the small note and the right hand plays the big note, we call it a right hand flam. The opposite is also true, right? When our right hand plays the small note, like when you see the small letter R, and our left hand plays the big note, where you see a big letter L, we call that a left hand flam, okay? So if we look at number 27, we'll start there. You see we have a right hand flam and then a quarter rest, and then a left hand flam and then a quarter rest. All right, so during those rests, we're going to get back into this position to be ready for the next flam. So we're going to play the first one. During the rest, we'll get here to play the second one with the big note on our left hand, and then during that quarter rest, we'll get back here so that we're ready to play the right hand flam at the beginning of measure 2. Okay? Now, again, with these, we're not worrying about the bass drum line right now. You see that in the second measure, after you play beat 1, the bass drum plays beats 2, 3, and 4. We're just going to rest during that time and just concern ourselves with snare drum for today. Okay? So let's try those first couple measures of number 27, right? So 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, rest. Okay? Again, during the rest, you got to get in position for the next flam, okay? Then we have a whole measure of single strokes, and then we have a right hand flam again, and then a left hand without a flam, okay? And then from there on, we're just playing some right hand flams, some left hand flams, a couple single strokes, and some rests, right? So it's important that you keep counting, use the rests to get yourself in position for the next flam that you have to play. And let's try all of number 27. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and right. And left. 2, 3, 4. Single strokes. Flam. And okay? Fair enough. Let's take that same idea and apply it to number 28. Okay? So in number 28, you see we have some right-handed flams, some single strokes, some quarter rests, some more flams. It's really very similar stuff to number 27, just kind of in different combinations, okay? So here we go. Let's try number 28. Make sure that you're always counting, right, and using those rests to get back into position for the flams, okay? 1, 2, ready, and 1. Rest, rest, rest. Okay, let's try that one at a slightly faster tempo. That means the rests are going to be less long, so you have to get in position for the flams a little bit quicker. Okay, here we go. 28, slightly faster. 1, 2, ready, and rest, rest. Number 30, London Bridge, okay? You'll notice this one does not have the flams labeled rights and lefts. So for me, I'm going to play every single flam in number 30 on my right hand because I'm right-handed. My right hand flams tend to sound a little bit better and more consistent than my left hand flams, so I'm going to play all right hands, okay? You'll notice also we have a few buzz strokes in this piece. If you haven't seen the video on buzz strokes, make sure you go back and check that one out. Also called multiple bounce strokes, right? And we'll apply that in this piece as well. Okay? Here we go. Number 30. 1, 2, ready, and rest. Okay, you'll notice we took a repeat there at the end. You'd see the repeat sign at the end of the piece that tells you to go back to the beginning. Okay, and now if you remember back to the multiple bounce stroke video, we talked about trying to get the multiple bounces to last long enough that they last until the next note starts. Okay, so we're gonna go a little bit faster with number 30, and we're gonna focus on that this time as well as keeping our flams nice and consistent. Right? Ready? 1, 2, 3, and. Okay? All right. Good luck with these flams. Happy practicing, and I will see you next time.